Good evening and welcome to Metaphysical Today. How are you, darling?
Melting. I feel like a snowman.
You know, that can be taken in many different ways, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Hello, Miss Brenda. How are you?
Brenda, we've just come on and you started on me already.
Of course I have.
Oh, I can't deal with it.
Well, you know, your contract's renewed in a few more weeks, so we'll figure it out then. We're going to have to get you a window AC.
You do realise when you get to my age, you know, the change kicks in. You have sweats anyway, but this is going beyond sweat.
I know. I understand, honey. You know, I'm not that much younger than you.
Well, good point. Good point. So you have a heat wave, I believe.
We are. Well, no, we're having our normal summer. The problem is our normal summer is like y'all's heat wave. We just get it longer and for more insanity levels.
Yeah. We're having a heat wave, and Jesus Christ, can't I feel it?
What I find interesting is we are basically at the same logic line.
Yeah.
Around, so we should be getting the same amount of sun hitting us, but you guys are getting it hotter this year. Like, I really think that when we got knocked that, I think it's 0.08 degrees in space because, you know, someone doesn't know where to put a nuclear power plant. Just my thoughts. It really messed with our weather.
Yeah. Yeah. Thing is, like, it's 10 o'clock here and it's still 23 degrees, I think I said it was.
Yeah. Right, you said 23. We're at 27, going to 15 tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We reckon the lowest we'll go tonight is 20 degrees.
Yeah.
I'd be running around the street naked.
I'm perfectly fine with that one, honey. Let's get my other ear in. Okay. So, but no, it's been interesting. It has been interesting. What's interesting is we're supposed to be talking about doing a reflection of the past 6 months. And I'm like, we've done a lot.
Yes.
We've been really evil this past 6 months.
No, don't tell lies. We've just been our natural selves.
Well,
piss us off and you'll know about it.
Well, true. You know, we did say, fuck you. If we can't get your support, we'll do it ourselves.
Yes.
You know, so we moved over to PCSP Network and started up, and now Facebook has started their bullshit. So your guys, if you're seeing us on Facebook now, next week you're going to have to tune into YouTube and look for the link when we go live.
Yeah. Yeah. Or if you want a link and you find either of us on Facebook, throw us a message and we'll send you the link.
Right. Right.
That's not an issue at all.
It isn't. But, you know, social media is changing so much, so fast. It's ridiculous.
I will, Brenda. I'll give you a backhander.
But, you know, I don't know. How has this past 6 months been for you?
It's been a massive wake-up call. Mm-hmm. It's been an emotional roller coaster.
Right.
It changed my outlook on everything.
Right.
I work less hours, which is something I never thought I would do.
You know, and I've done that also, and it's weird.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
It's weird, but nice.
It is nice. It is nice. It is very nice, but at the same time, it's kind of like, what happened? Where did it happen at? You know, there was massive shift, a massive change. For a lot of us, like you still went, oh, well, this is just bullshit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
40 hours a week and make the same amount of money as if I'm working 70 hours a week.
Yeah.
Who thought this shit up?
Yeah. With me, the turnaround was when Parker was born, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
That was like, this might sound random, but because my boys are grown up, I could work whenever I wanted to, how I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the baby was born, my whole attitude changed.
Uh-huh.
He became my priority. And
Right.
as you know, I have him every weekend without fail, just for one night.
Mm-hmm.
But that time I use with him.
Right.
And it's weird because something is, some people would say small, some people would say big. That's a complete trigger to how I change things around.
Well, it is. It's a complete trigger in how we run our own selves. For me, we have, I've cut my work back. I've scheduledized everything in my life so that I can get better rest.
Yeah,
And then my health took, this is not what I sat down January 1st and went, oh, so I think I'll do this and I'll do this. No, my health took grandstand and it was like, okay, shit's got to change and shit's got to change quickly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's, we forget about our needs when we are working for everybody else
Right.
because we put our clients a priority and forget about our needs.
Right. Well, not only that, but we forget, and we get so much influx. And what I
Yes,
mean by that is we've got management that they're like, I don't know what they owned before us, but they obviously don't understand our business. We've got numbers and statistics telling us one thing, and our clients telling us another, and we're all sitting there trying to figure out, okay, what's correct.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
I'm,
then remembering, oh, that's right, I'm the CEO of this.
yeah,
Like it's nice that they want an article from me. It's nice that they want something from me, but it's not a demand. They don't have to get anything from me except for me to log in, do my work, and log out. If
yeah.
I want to do that, if I
I
want
get,
to use that vendor.
I get really offended by, and it's just me maybe, management telling me how to work.
I get offended not by them telling us how to work, more so them not understanding the work. And
Yeah,
there's a difference there. The difference is I am not one to go, well, he'll call you in about 3 weeks, and I'm also looking at your job over here, but I didn't ask you about my job. What? Why are you talking about my job? I'm worried about my relationship.
the thing is, the way I look at it, don't teach a master how to suck eggs because I will
Well,
chew them up and spit them straight back out to you and you won't like the answer.
right, and I agree with that, but at the same time, it's like, come down here, come into these trenches, look at what you're doing,
Yeah,
look at the value you're providing the client, and then looking at where everything is at.
yeah, yeah. This is going to sound harsh.
It always does. I mean, truth is never solved.
Are the people that's being taken on by these companies checked? Are they being tested? Are they being asked the right questions?
Well, see, and that's an inherent problem that they come into. Is because there is no like board of psychics. I'd love to create one. I will gladly sit as the president, the founder, whatever. But it takes international governments to give us the acknowledgement. And that's a pain in the ass trying to get.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm like yourself. I will look at somebody, see how they've answered something, and when you can fuck right off, you shouldn't even be working.
Well, I can look at something and look at how it's done, and I'm like, ooh, someone done
Yeah.
some nice marketing here.
Yeah.
Ooh, someone done some nice writing here. They're not right on the answer from my perspective.
Yeah.
But maybe they just need a little home. And there's some that it's like, oh dear God, how did you last in this business?
Yeah. I just get angry with Fortunica
I know you do.
because, like, I was one of the ones which have worked there since it started.
Mm-hmm.
And my argument to them is, I've helped build up this platform. I know how this platform works.
Right.
Don't teach me how to handle the clients I've had for 15 plus years. And
Right.
don't teach me how to work, because I will not put up with that.
Right. And a lot of that, I just sit back and roll my eyes, and I don't even participate. It's like I will go and do my work. You
Yeah.
don't like my work? Come fire me. Oh, you want to
Yeah.
feature me in an advertisement? Wonderful. I will be happy to be part of your marketing campaign. But I'm not playing games. Like, I
No.
read the way I read. I'm not going to go in there and, like, they've asked 30 questions about the relationship. We've covered everything, including his sizes, so they can buy him clothes and other sizes. I'm not going to bring up their job.
Winter woolies, you mean?
Huh?
The winter woolies.
More so boxers or briefs.
Could be more confusing and go commando.
Well, there's some people that have to go commando. Of course, there isn't much there. But anyway, so, when we get into this and we're using metaphysics to work towards building this mountain of information, building this mountain of stuff. What I mean by that is we're building our own brands, our own business, our own standards in this Wild West. We have to take it a notch up. And when we take that a notch up, we have to also look at the ways of the universe. And for me, it seems like my last 6 months reflection has been take care of the tool and the tool will take care of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know people get tired of me talking about it. People get aggravated when they hear it. Believe me, I've forgotten your hate mail. Go suck eggs.
Suck the eggs that I've spat back out. They'd be even more tasty.
Exactly. Because, health is going to be a conversation we have over here. Planning is going to be a conversation we have on Sacred Planning. Why? Because you have to begin using what you have in hand, which sometimes it's a notebook and a grocery list and a pair of tennis shoes, to begin making a better you.
Yeah. And yesterday I went to a carnival and took the baby. And we were walking around because there was a group of us. We go every year. So this year I thought, I'll take Parker.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a tent with 3 or 4 women under, decks of tarot cards lined up.
Okay. Interesting.
And she said, would you like a reading? So I said, oh, right, okay. So what would you be able to tell me? Be able to tell you when you're going to have a baby? And I just looked around, thought, right, carry on. Going to tell you when you'll be able to die. Going to tell you when you'll win the lottery. And I just looked around. I went, you fucking serious? And she went, I beg your pardon. I said, I'm fucking professional. I said, and what you're doing is bang out of order. And she said, what do you mean? I said, you're charging £40 for a half-hour reading. The stuff you're saying is not even true. And she said, what do you mean? I said, I can't have kids. I said, but yet you're doing that. And that is uncalled for. I really kicked off because people are vulnerable to come for readings anyway. But I really think it was a few women that had packs of tarots and were charging top notch when they couldn't do it.
Well, they weren't charging top notch, but they were charging a good bit more than what they should have.
Yes.
Okay. Time of death, none of that is optional. Like, you should not be saying
No.
ever.
No.
Like, that's just wrong.
Even when our guides tell us, we don't give that information. We will word it in a way
Right.
that will give the answer, but in an indirect way.
Well, again, because we're not God. We
No.
should not be running around here going, oh, you're going to die in 5 years. You've got 6 years. You have a car accident in 3 years.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, I may be a demigod. I may have divine spark. But I'm not, on that plane of existence yet.
No.
So that one drives me crazy. Win the lottery, you can't predict that. It's like,
if we could do that, we wouldn't be working.
honey, if I could predict the lottery, I'd be working. I'd just be working in a different position. Do you know what it is like for me to take a day off? It is terrible.
I never take time off, as you know, but I'm like jiggling my hours about.
Oh, yeah. And that's what I've been doing. Is like jiggling hours. This is my second series of injections. So this week and next week is going to be a lighter shit. Like, I scheduled 40 and and that's all I'm doing is 40.
Yeah. And that's all you can do.
Right.
Because you were important. I always say, if we are not well in ourselves, we can't help others.
Right. And the other part of that, and this is what people get a little burnt about, it's like there are many other readers out there that charge $50 a minute.
Yeah.
If you don't like my $6.99 per minute and you want to sit and, you want to have someone that'll yes man you through your life, going over there.
Yeah. And I don't agree with that, because when they come in for readings, I won't give yes and no answers, because that's not giving any information.
Exactly. Yes, no to what?
Yeah. The answer might be yes, but you've got a process to get to the yes.
Mm-hmm. Or no, because it may be a personal choice, and you'll choose a different path.
Yes.
Those are all your choices.
Yeah. And that's important for you to make your own choices for your life.
It is. Well, I think that, people see psychics. Well, one, they don't see us as business owners. Like, it's taking, even the psychics themselves don't see themselves as business owners. It is taking a large team of oxen, good old Scottish oxen, to tow some of these people into the idea that, no, you run your own business. You don't work for people. It's your choice. You run your business. You make your business work for you. And this is how you do that. I.e., can someone smell a coaching class coming up soon? You should.
Yeah.
And you learn how to work within platforms and within rules of platforms.
And they are very strict compared to when we do our own private work.
Actually, my private work's stricter.
Is it really?
Stricter. It is. My code of ethics makes the stuff the network pulls laughable.
Right.
Okay. My clients, they know we don't play games. I'm not going to sit here and paddywoggle you and tell you, oh, it's okay that you're acting like a psycho. I will call you out.
See, that's how I have always worked. But I work over here. Our guidelines are different to yours.
Right.
So I always say to them, when you come into me for information, look at me as a doctor's secretary, because I will not answer third-party questions because they haven't given permission.
Mm-hmm.
You were polite to me, I'm polite to you. And that's how I work it for private readings.
Right. But see, I don't have the thing with the third party. If you are involved, then I will answer it. But, if you're not involved, like, I'm not answering a question on William and Kate. Get over it.
Yeah.
Now, if Kate wants to book a reading, Her Highness may certainly do so.
Yeah. See, we've got to be strict on that over here because our confidentiality laws are so much stricter than yours.
Well, they're actually confidentiality laws. We don't have them. We also don't own our... No. The highest confidentiality law we have here is in some states, you can't record the call unless both parties know it's being recorded. But that's not everywhere.
Really?
Really.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, a very famous author that I follow that does a lot of social media work and stuff, told back in 2000, everyone thought he was crazy. Said, we don't have privacy anymore. Privacy is gone. And you would have thought he had said the moon had fallen. Because, everyone's like, oh, yes, we have privacy. It's like, no, you don't. You think you do, but you don't. You can be, and we've seen this time and time again. You can be tracked down to within, I think, 10 feet of your location with your cell phone. And you are.
Yeah.
Your internet provider knows every website you go to, every website it views. Like, there is no privacy. So you, however, have, and this has been a big change in the business because it became very apparent that it was going to be a change. And that is the Data Protection Act, where customers can go in and see every ounce of information that anyone has.
See, the only way we can do that over here is our financial status.
GDP allows them to do that.
GUT?
GDP allows them to do that.
Not over
I may
here.
have the abbreviation wrong. Oh, what is it? It was that big discussion that came out when people's feedback started disappearing off their page. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I could see you was deep in thought.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
But it's the same as if I phone the doctors for Curtis or Sean, they can't give me any information on them due to data protection.
It's that law, but it's because Sean can literally see, even if the doctor wrote, don't like his shirt.
It's crazy over here how strict it is.
Mm-hmm. Y'all guys even have a Council of Internet Safety.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just weird. I'll find it. Anyhow, that made a lot of changes in the way a lot of people were doing things.
It's crazy how different places do things differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the Digital Protection and Digital Information Bill.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I only do, this is me being strange, I only do internet banking on my phone.
Right.
I won't do it on my main computer because my main computer I use for work.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing work related on my phone is emails, and I won't reply to an email off my phone.
Understandable. Yeah, man. But so that kind of rocked our world in February and March.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, what do we got to do? How do we got to sort this out? That was interesting. And then let's see. We moved in what, April? It had to be April. May or April. Yeah, it had to be April that we moved here. Because we meet quarterly and they wouldn't show up for the meeting. And we went a month later and still got nothing from them. I was like, we're done. So, yeah. But no, as we sit down and, we're at the end of June, we're moving into July, it's the half year mark. Take a moment to sit back, look at your goals.
Yeah.
Figure out where you're at. Have you stayed on top of them? Are you keeping those resolutions? Or are you not? And I think the hardest thing is realizing when that goal is no longer a goal. Because I think we all do this. We make goals. And it's like, oh, this goal is so important to me. And we talk about it and we do it. And we go and buy the water bottle, the shoes, the whatever. And then 3 months into it, it no longer fits you. It's no longer what you want. So was that really a goal? So do you think that it's bad to drop a goal?
I don't see them as goals. I see them as baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
I set a goal for the end of the year. To get to that goal, I have to do baby steps to get there. Mm-hmm. Because if I set goals, that's too much pressure for me.
Okay.
So that's the way I do it in my mind.
Okay. Look, I can hang with that.
And I suppose that's the good thing with our shows is we do things differently, but we still get to where we want to be at the end.
Yeah. But, let's say that you set that end of the year goal. I don't know for an example, but maybe that end of the year goal is to repaint the living room. And you start going about it, and it's like, I don't want to repaint this damn living room. That means I have to get new drapes, and life goes on. And then Parker came along, and it's kind of like, well, that goal really doesn't mean shit to me anymore because, that Saturday I'd be painting is my day with Parker.
Yeah. When I start, decorating, if I'm painting the living room, that has to be finished. If it takes me a week, it will get finished. Because in my mind, now, this is the logic of this house. The living room is where the animals go, the cat and the dog, and the TV. So if that's not finished, they won't be comfy in there. Don't ask.
My dog has his own room with his own computer. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, our animals getting treated better than the kids.
True. True, they do. But no, look, I don't believe when I sit down in December to figure out what I want to do now, any of my life seemed like was within spectrum.
Yeah.
You know, thoughts of me DJing in a club again? Not on my wheelhouse, not in my viewpoint, not in that view. And that's why I really like the 90-day planning thing.
Yeah.
And work your way through it. That's what, if you look behind me, you see a board with a bunch of stickers. That is my compound board. We'll be talking about that on Sunday as we set up for July. I'm going to shoot some B-roll there or take some pictures of things that's occurred. But, I did not have the ADHD medicine. I had not looked into Overstim, which is a management process that's a little controversial. But if you notice, my jewelry's back. And I'll probably be getting more. But those things, and, that diagnosis and the gluten diagnosis, shifted my world completely.
Yeah.
So a lot of things that mattered then don't matter now.
And that's the thing. Even when you make goals, there's a curveball that can change those goals at the drop of a hat.
Right. Me having 30 freezer meals ready to go, not a goal right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the other thing. If you don't meet your goals, don't beat yourself up about it.
Right.
Because they are only goals. They're not life or death situations.
Right. But I also think with that, you've got to ask yourself, do you still want this?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you're bad and, or if you don't hit your goal by mid-year, you should just throw it out. No, you need to ask, does this goal still align with me?
Yeah.
Is this still what I want in my path?
The thing is, nobody knows how things will change and how quick things will change.
Correct.
And that's a massive thing, I think, that everybody need to learn.
Mm-hmm. And I also think they need to learn that it's okay to change directions.
Yeah.
Get your permission slip out and write it out that it's okay to say, no, I'm not doing the gym again. I'm going to take a break from the gym. I don't get out enough. I'm going to take the next 3 months and walk.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that'd be a bad thing.
You're out and about, you're in the open, you're doing something you enjoy. And then when you go back to the gym, that's where you got, how can I put it? A revision on what you want to do at the gym then when you go back. Because you've had time off, you've worked out what you enjoy at the gym and what you don't.
Right. Very much so.
And I think that's important as well.
And I think that it's perfectly okay to be that way. And to be able to, when you don't keep clothes that don't fit. If your shirt's too small, if your pants are too big, you get rid of them. Sometimes goals have to be that way too.
Yeah.
And it's perfectly fine to sit down right now and get rid of all the goals you had and start with a new set. And people weirdly have to feel like they need permission to do that.
And the other thing to look of is when you dump those items, donate them to a charity shop, because then you're giving back anyway.
Right.
So it's,
yes,
you feel bad because you're giving them to somebody else, but then you're helping somebody else that need them.
Right. If you had this whole diet plan you had planned out, and it's not the diet for you.
Yeah. And it's not just that. The other thing to remember is when it comes to dieting, healthy food can be expensive if you've got a big household. So don't feel bad if you can't do it. Because finances are a massive thing when you own your own home. So if you couldn't afford to buy the healthy food, don't beat yourself up.
Well, that or make it healthy. What do I mean by that? You can eat anything in a half a cup portion. It's not going to blow your diet at a half a cup. It's not going to blow your diet at 4 ounces. It's not going to blow your diet. Instead of getting a dinner plate, you get a salad plate.
See, over here, how can I explain this? We got something called Slimming World.
Mm-hmm.
And you can eat, I'd say, 400 foods, as much as you want of them.
Mm-hmm.
But they are expensive foods, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So to lose weight on that diet, you've got to eat those foods.
Right.
And I think if you've got a big family, our shopping bills are through the roof, the same as yours are at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that's where, if you prioritize your family over your diet, don't beat yourself up about it.
Right. And sometimes that diet is just simple. You having I call them on plan, it's, it's, 2 eggs and some zucchini and one day, and maybe some oatmeal the next. If that's all you can do, take the win.
Yeah.
If all you can do is make sure your 4 bottles of water at 16 ounces per bottle in you, shut up and take the win. Maybe you're not making the best food decisions. Maybe you're not eating the planned food. Maybe you're not on plan all the time. But if you can do small things, and you're talking about the whole family, what I like to do is I like to find things that I can mimic the whole family, but still be healthy. Buy myself, the cottage cheese. Nobody in the house else eats cottage cheese, but you know what they do eat? Chocolate ice cream.
I wouldn't have it.
Oh, honey, you don't even know it.
Is that when the devil comes out?
No, that's when you taste the ice cream and it's like, ooh, this is nice dark chocolate ice cream. It's like, yeah, it's dark chocolate ice cream. Enjoy. It's 2 pints of cottage cheese and some chocolate.
Oh, see.
He doesn't watch my shows, so I can talk about him. The Invisible. He loves pizzas. He'll eat a pizza every day, all day if he's allowed. He peaked at 24. I can't get him to eat carrots. I can't get him to eat celery. I can't get him to eat any veg other than tomato sauce. Maybe started making his spaghetti sauce homemade. You know what good's put in it? 2 cans of carrots, 1 can of this vegetable. Blend. Throw in that tomato. Never knows it. Never knows it. Starts feeling amazingly better when he's put on homemade pizza. Yeah, because I'm freaking putting food in your body.
Oh. We've started giving Parker different foods now.
Uh-huh.
And he's got a lot of dietary requirements at the moment till he's old enough for him to test him. So I gave him blended strawberries with apple.
Uh-huh.
Well, I didn't think about how bitter they would be for him.
Uh-huh.
He bloody enjoyed it.
Good.
And then I made some for him to take home, and Curtis was like, this needs to stop. I'm like, why? He said, have you seen his horse? He said, it's right. But that's part and parcel of learning new things.
Yeah.
Wait till he comes next week.
Feeding spinach.
Oh, and that's part and parcel of learning new foods, no matter what age you are.
Right. And, trying new foods. Like, that's the hardest thing is, I think the palate is developed by age 7.
Yeah.
Okay. And then figuring out, okay, what food is actually food? Because all food isn't food.
No, some of it's just junk.
A lot of it's just junk. But delving into that nutritious information. diving in and making conscious choices to what you feed yourself. Maybe you can't save the family. Maybe you can't feed the whole family, more than a meat and 2 veg. But you can take time to feed yourself. You can take time to go for a hike and collect some berries.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the big thing. You could do something interesting with the family, like take them for a walk.
Right.
And that's something that you're benefiting from, but the whole family are, because you're spending family time together.
Right. But it isn't advertised as, we're going to go and hike 8 miles. No, we're going for a walk. I hear so many people talk about finances stopping them from the goals, and it's because they want all of it. The whole 99 yards today.
Yeah.
No, that's not how you do it, honey. You take it one piece at a time.
Like things over here, like with you, are through the roof at the moment, and how they expect families to live is beyond me. It really is.
Well, I think I'm not exactly up with everything going on over there, I'll be honest. But there's always a way. Is it always the flashy, easy way? No. Can I eat up a Sunday afternoon? Yeah. Taking a chicken and making 5 meals out of it can eat up a good Sunday afternoon.
I always remember as I was growing up, my nan was really, really old-fashioned.
Uh-huh.
And when I moved into my own house, she bought me a bag of spuds. I mean, a 5-kilogram bag of spuds.
Mm-hmm.
A big bag of frozen sausages.
Mm-hmm.
And a pot of gravy granules. And I looked at her and I said, why do I need these? And she said to me, remember, I always told you when you was growing up, if you had sausages and potatoes in the house, you could make anything.
Right.
And that's how old people were. And I think that's a good thing to carry through.
It is. Learning how to break down ingredients and understanding what the ingredients are, and then being able to take them and make other things is so important.
Yeah.
Cookery needs to be taught in school. It really does.
It used to, but I don't think it's taught in schools now.
Food science is not taught in school anymore.
No, I didn't think it was. I think that's a subject you have to choose.
Right.
I think when they come to about 13 or 14, they choose the subjects that they want to carry on learning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that's one of the subjects that are an option.
Right. But, even introducing extra vegetables to your plate.
Yeah.
Not the whole family's plate, to your plate.
Yeah.
Is okay. There's a quote, it's talking about airplanes, but you got to save yourself first.
I love vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, if you show him a vegetable, he has a dicky fit and dies of a heart attack.
Well, that's fine.
But I buy the frozen ones because I don't use enough of them to buy the fresh ones.
Right.
But I eat loads of vegetables. And my favourite is green beans.
Oh, I've got something for you to try. Go get you 3 types of green beans. Don't care what the green beans are, like an Italian green bean, a Shelly green bean, and a regular green bean. Throw them in a bowl.
Right.
Throw you in, I don't know, 2. Let me see your hand, because I think our hands are about the same. Throw you in 2 handfuls of bacon.
Right.
Throw you in a handful of mozzarella cheese.
Right, let me write this down. Oh. 3 different types of green beans.
Mm-hmm.
Bacon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. and then mozzarella cheese.
Obviously, I boil them up first, do I?
No, straight from the can.
Right. Yeah.
And then throw in about a cup and a half of Italian dressing. Stir it up and throw it in the fridge for 2 days. Darling, it is addictive.
Right, I've written that all down.
Mm-hmm.
I shall try that and let you know.
Okay. The vinegar in it cleans your liver.
Right.
The green beans in it actually help your digestive. The bacon and mozzarella is just there for fun.
It's just to give it something a bit of va-va-voom.
Exactly.
Oh, I'll try that. See, even Brenda's licking her lips.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I think I've shared that one before. It may have been last summer. But when we start understanding, and I know this is about goals, but like my goal is to understand what food does to our body.
Yeah.
That's my current one because, I'm breaking apart stuff. But like fermented foods, vinegars, those all help cleanse out pathogens in our body. We get pathogens from all the processing food and all the other things we get introduced to our bodies. And then our biohealth, which is more germs in and on our body than we have in body.
My kids will laugh at me because I'll sit here with a jar of pickled onions and a fork because I find they are so gorgeous. I'll eat them out of the jar.
Very good. It's good for you.
I like the crunch of them.
Yes. Oh, and that's something you could throw in there too, is an onion.
Ooh. There we go. I've added that to my list as well.
Awesome. But no, it's things like that people get so stuck on. And that's not an expensive food. I mean, what, 3 cans are what? £1.20?
We can only buy. That's why I asked about boiling them.
Right.
Because we can only buy one different type in a can.
Okay. Then, yeah, you would boil them and let them cool.
Yeah. The same with the bacon, because your bacon is already cooked, some of it, isn't it?
Some of it is, yes.
Yeah.
And then learning to waterfall cook is so good for your budget if you're able to.
Yeah.
You know what waterfall cooking is?
Is it where you cook one meal and then what you've got left you can use for a different meal, but add things to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, my classic water cook meal is on Sunday. You have meatloaf. You make a double-sized meatloaf.
Brenda, how very dare you?
Pickled Branson?
I haven't had Branston for ages, Brenda. I love Branston pickle with cheese sandwiches. You want to know what Branston pickle is now, don't you?
Yeah, Professor Google will be telling me in a minute.
Oh, it is so. It's mind blowing.
Very cool. But no, like you cook a double meatloaf. The next day, you take that leftover meatloaf, you make spaghetti. The next day, you make chili. The next day, you take that leftover, you make spaghetti, and that spaghetti you then turn into chili. The chili you then turn into nachos.
Yeah.
And then you do a pork loin and break it down. And those are ways you save on money, but you're still cooking healthily.
Yeah.
All right, darling, so how's your week?
it's going to be as normal.
Mm-hmm.
9 a.m. till about 9 till 9 on Fortunica. On Life Reader, it's 9 a.m. till about 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
But I will have that break in the afternoon.
Right.
And I'm always available for private readings. What about yourself?
I'm working midnights till 3 a.m. and then I'm going to go DJ at parties all week. And then I'm working a little bit in the evenings.
See.
Yeah, I'm having fun. All right, guys. So take this time because on the 30th, we will be doing Psychic Plans. We'll be looking at my next quarter, not 6 months, quarter, and setting up my planner for July. I'm back tomorrow with a guest, and I love the title of her book. I can't make this shut up. So we'll be talking about Sinn Féin and all the other things going on in her life. And then Mountain Bears is going to be on Saturday. And the Energy Overview is going to be on Thursday. Be looking for links in your social media. Be looking and signing up for my newsletter. Or go ahead and join my Patreon where you get even more content from me. And, I want to take time to thank my baristas. Thank you, Beverly Walker, Mika G, Kathy, Mary Winfield, Brenda, Joan Owens, Shannon C, Shannon D, Lady Gwendolyn, Charles Shaw, Tracy Van, Caitlin Bell, and Devin. If you guys want to learn more about us, how to book readings, how to join the Patreon, please visit us at pcspnetwork.com.
And can I just say, guys, I'm sorry if we're not our bubbly selves tonight. We're both dying of heat exhaustion.
Exactly. We're having our first heat wave. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.